We've all imagined it. If you could build your dream house, what would that look like? A space that inspires you, calms you, and ultimately helps you live your best life? We've asked today's hottest designers to make this their mission.
We wanted to create an area of serenity.
Each design team will take a room from studs to the finishing touches.
And we want to create a space that's unique, inviting, and a ton of fun.
Showing you how to make every corner of your space work harder, better, and more beautifully than you ever thought it could.
Make a statement.
I'm Carisha Swanson from House Beautiful, and we are building the dream in Nashville. Atlanta-based designers Tavia Forbes and Monet Masters are up next. The duo founded Forbes and Masters in 2014 and have become a full-service interior design company known for creating eclectic, modern, organic spaces with a bold, artistic sensibility.
We love bold, eclectic design, and we want to create a space that's unique, inviting, and a ton of fun.
Coming into a partnership, I was very like, let's do it, let's get it done. Whereas, she'd be the one, you come over to the client's house, she's having wine with a client, she's like, oh, we'll get to it. So literally she slows me down and I speed her up in the areas that need to be applied.
Monet and Tavia will be taking over the music room. Their mission is to turn an underutilized bonus room above the garage into an adult listening lounge perfect for decompressing after work or kicking back on the weekend. Before they dig into the design, Monet and Tavia drove from Atlanta to Nashville, aka Music City, to see their room for the first time.
Initially walking into the space, I was struck by the high ceilings and how grand the space felt, but then was a little jarred by how small the windows are. But I think with bringing the drapery high and bringing them beyond the length of the windows, it will help elongate that wall. Initially, we were trying to debate between whether we were going to do dark and moody or light and bright. Adding some more light pieces will help really brighten the space and make it feel a little larger, and it will be atypical for the type of room that we're doing. So normally you think music room, you think that dark, moody lounge, but it could be light, airy, and fun, and still relaxing, and a great place to vibe out. So.
I love that. I was expecting larger windows, so immediately I was thinking brighter.
We're heading to the Arte showroom. They specialize in innovative and trend-setting styles that really make walls a focal point. What are we doing here?
Well, we're doing the music room, and what's in a music room? Loud music.
Okay. Yes,
so
absolutely.
We're looking for a paper that will kind of soften some of the sound. Though we're on a separate part of the house, we still want to have some kind of insulation.
So they have padded wallpapers as well as traditional printed wallpapers.
Sure.
But we're really interested in this collection because it's padded, and so in our case, it's going to work as acoustic panels, although it's real wallpaper. And we wanted to use that to kind of solidify the theme rather than, rock star posters.
This is very white. It seems a little stark.
Oh,
yeah, there it is, the light.
They have the same pattern, but it's in the suede that we like. And then it also is warmer because of the material change.
I think we're kind of ready to go.
We've just arrived at their favorite wood shop in Atlanta to sketch out some designs for a custom storage unit that will be able to hold 1,000 vinyl records.
So we're doing a modular storage component to the room that kind of accents the architectural element, the interior architectural element of the two columns in our room. We want it to house records. We also want it to kind of be the platform where we put our equipment.
So this is the actual back wall of the music room.
Yeah, we have those 3 windows. And so we're building from here to here. What we did talk about is making it 2-tiered so that there's a defined area that's most important, which is for the record player. And that's going to be primarily below the window, but we didn't want it too symmetrical.
What's your finish going to be on this bad boy?
Well, we're going to play with a few different experiments to see what we come up with, because we wanted to look kind of old and grayed, browned wood.
Yeah.
So I think if we start with a black wash,
Yeah.
and then a white wash,
Okay.
and then something else. We're just gonna figure it out. Because oak is so grainy, we want all of that detail to show. So use a wire brush to actually brings out the grain, because we want all of this detail to show. Well, we want to stain the base of this a dark color and see if we can get some of the black into the grain of the wood, but I don't know if this paint is working. Oh, we're just watering down the paint a little to see if the wood will absorb the black wash.
Yeah, essentially we just want it to be tinted. That way the grain, the aggressive part of the wood, which is the deeper cuts here, will absorb the tint, and then we'll still be able to go on top of that with the stain.
It still feels a little dark, so we made a lighter wash to see what that's gonna end up like. Oh, I like this. This has a little more brown. That's looking a little blue to me.
That actually looks a lot like the wood floors that are going in.
Oh, right.
The color. Is that the finished stain, or is there anything
No,
else?
this needs like a few more layers. It's because we start off with the black wash and then we want to treat kind of the surface of so the black got into the grain, and then we want to treat the surface of that probably with like some kind of, what did you say, a pickle?
I'm assuming this is not pickle juice.
No.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wait in the car. Wait in the car.
We're at the Mitchell Gold and Bob Williams showroom in Atlanta, where Forbes and Masters has selected the furnishings for the music room. I'll check out their fabric selects and see what they've decided to use on the Franco Media sofa, Supernova swivel chairs, and the Elroy.
We have the music room in Music City, and we want the space to have a chill vibe.
Yeah.
And not so staged. So we're looking at different textures, colors, and just trying to make it groovy. So we have a little houndstooth here. Well, it won't be a little houndstooth. It's gonna be a lot of houndstooth.
A big houndstooth.
Yes. And this shagadelic.
I mean, this is crazy.
We keep calling it a teddy bear
Yeah, we
fabric.
keep calling it a teddy bear. It was one of the first fabrics that we selected. I mean, if you think about like the 4-inch shag carpets that we used to have, and then the crushed velvet, that was so hot during that time. We were going to the design center at different times, picking up our favorite pieces. And then when we got together, we just threw it all together and was like, all of this works, pull this out, no, switch this around, flip this over. And then we're like, there you go.
What's happening in this little corner?
These are actually our window treatment fabrics.
Oh.
And this guy, Monet kept referring to it as a 70s wool suit.
You've seen this on like a
Yes.
like an old Law and Order like show where
still
this
run today.
This
Yes.
was his suit. And then if you saw it in a thrift store, it smells like there's mildew on it.
Right,
Like, you see-
fabulous.
This is like the bohemian woman's like lacy dress.
Okay.
What I love about this is it literally mimics what we're doing with our built-in.
Oh,
So
right.
if you look on the inside at like the smallest pattern, you see some straight and some angled lines, and like those would be the metal slats that we're putting in from Architectural Grill.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these, Tavia, because I know we absolutely love these. They remind us of quilts.
Yeah.
These are cool. So you just have to finish your furniture selection, finish your fabric selection, finish making the custom pieces.
Stop.
All we have to do is just do that and then do this.
You
and
sound like
then do
a
that,
client.
and do this.
All you have to do
All
is
you have to do
like
is
wait.
While the wallpaper is being installed in Nashville, Monet and Tavia are heading to Little Five Points in Atlanta to look for some records to add to their custom storage unit.
So the last time we were in the room, it was literally just studs and open walls. We love to include the interior architectural elements to kind of make the columns symmetrical. You have these angles coming down from the ceiling and going into columns. And though it's probably due to, the style of architecture, it's completely like symmetrical to the room. So we wanted to emphasize that. What better way with a wallpaper? Now that the wallpaper is up, it's beautiful. It looks a little smaller, but I'm pretty sure our furniture will still be okay in here.
We decided that we weren't going to take it the direction that one would think a music room would be, kind of a dark, moody space. We wanted a space that was going to be light and airy and inspiring, and a place to create happy music. We love the color palette here, and we love the randomness that it feels like the room was collected over time. We didn't want it to look like it was all designed at once.
The mood is still very dreamy and relaxed. You know, those same tones that come from a dark room. So without the visual of darkness, it still has that heavy, relaxed feel.
Fierce.
Well, when dealing with collections, you want to keep them in one place. So coming up with something like creative and innovative to one display, store, and organize, you want to think about the function too. So we created this like custom vinyl storage area.
It fit perfectly when we got in here. I think Tavia's dad, who helped us build it, he was just like, I just can't believe it fits so perfectly. I can't believe it. Like, we've had like design gods bless us for this entire project.
I cannot wait to see this room. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. No wonder you've been under lock and key all week. Is this everything you hoped it would be?
Absolutely.
And more.
I had no idea what you guys were gonna do. You showed me all those cool samples in Atlanta. We visited a couple of places, but the final of this just feels so cool, quite frankly. Like, I feel like I want to grab a guitar and write something. What is this, like the coolest beanbag ever?
It's the best of both worlds. It's a beanbag and it's a swivel. So you could
This is a swivel?
Swivel around, check out the records, swivel back around, talk to the person on the sofa.
So when you guys were envisioning this space, is this really what you thought it would be?
Honestly, there's so much that you could do, right? We
Yeah.
picked out the wallpaper, we picked out the wallpaper for the ceiling, the drapery, and all of these little elements. But once they all get into the room together, it just exploded. Things changed, furniture moved around,
Yes.
but ultimately, it's definitely more than what I expected.
So after all your hard work, I feel like it's about time for a jam session. Maybe just a little music.
Let's let the rest of the house hear it.
Yeah. This is essentially a bonus room over the garage, and we decided to create it as a music room because we are, after all, in Music City.
Homeowners should consider for bonus rooms activities, hobbies. You never want your square footage to turn into storage.
We asked the client, like, what do you enjoy? Do you read? Do you sew? Do you knit? Those are our favorite spaces, the odd spaces, and that's why we picked the music room. When people walk into our space, we want them to feel a vibe. We want to feel like someone's lived here, that someone's actually creating or being inspired every day.
I would like for anyone walking in this room to feel completely comfortable and relaxed and inspired. This room was designed and conceptualized around just vibe and relaxation.
What Forbes and Masters did here is awesome. They've got cool swivel chairs, a super deep sofa for lounging, and this amazing area for all your collected vinyls. There's a great music system, so you can really just chill out here, listen to great music, have a kind of secondary adult space in the house that you can enjoy throughout the day and deep into the night. What better way to hang out?